and being a riveter, and of course after the war was over and they knew the men were coming home, we got to keep our jobs until they started sending them home. Then they had to let us go. But we had fun out there, and it was a good cause for the country. And I'll never forget that it made you feel good to get up in the morning and go. Although you were rationed, you had rations, food stamps, you had so much sugar a month, you had so many groceries, you had pasteboard shoes to wear. They wouldn't last but about a month, but they too was cheap. All the leather and everything went to the service. And we couldn't even buy an alarm clock. We had to get up. And I did have a little radio that I already had before the war started, because after the war started, you couldn't buy one. Unless you had enough food stamps. They had stamps for gas, they had stamps for tires, they had stamps for food. You couldn't touch anything without using your stamps. And when you used them up, you couldn't get any more until the next month. So we were participated in that war. If we had to participate in this one like we did, we would know this war was going on.
Mm-hmm. So if you hadn't come to Atlanta to work on the planes, you'd never met Dad. We wouldn't have
That's
been.
right.
Well, see, I'm glad you're patriotic.
That's right.
Or else I wouldn't
So
be here.
the war brought us all together.
It sure did.
If it wasn't for a war, I wouldn't
And
be
you
here.
couldn't
That's
get
right.
a car. The people that already had a car had to share it. And you better not drive a car by yourself unless you're going to pick somebody up, because it was against the law. You had so much gas to use. And this lady that we rode with happened to have a car, and she'd come out and pick us up. And we had to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning. We worked, but we got time and a half time on hours that was past 8. And we got double time on Sundays. And a lot of times I'd work on Sundays just to get double time, because it was good money, you know, back then. And Mamie and I had us a nice place we were in it together, and we bought us some furniture, and of course when it was all over, we sold it and went home. And my part of the money, the first thing I did, I went to Woolworth one day and accidentally left my pocketbook sitting there and lost my money.
Oh my goodness.
After
I
all
sure
that.
did. Yeah, sure did. Of course I never got it back.
Well,
But good old mama, she helped me, so I got me another job.
well, we just have a couple of minutes, so I got one last question, and we'll see if we
Got
can get
2
it on.
minutes.
We got 2 minutes.
Mhm.
What are your religious beliefs?
I believe in God. I really believe it. And I don't believe you have to be perfect to get in heaven, but to do the best you can and try to help others. I think that's the purpose we put here for. And I've always tried to help everybody I could. And I know I have some bad language and stuff like that sometimes, but I don't think God looks at that. I think He looks at your deeds you've done. And I think we're all here for a purpose. I hadn't found mine out, but it must have been raising kids that I didn't have to raise or something. He's kept me here for some reason, because He sure has given me a good long life.
Well, I know you.
And I appreciate it, and I love all my children, and my grandchildren, and my greats, and my great-great. God bless him. And maybe I'll get to meet him. I haven't even got to see him yet. And then, of course, Christina having little Bella the other day. She was born February the 6th, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think it was February the 6th. She's the sweetest little thing. But maybe we can continue this sometime. And I've really enjoyed this. But yes, there is a Maker. And He's put us all here for a purpose. And we got to serve it or else. What it is, but
Okay.
I guess my end is getting here, but I've got good family and they all love me, because it makes me feel so good that all of you come to see me all the time. Make me happy.
Made us happy for a lot of
Milkshakes.
years.
Maybe you can put a pound on me. Oh Lord, I need it. I'm nothing but a sack of bones. I got big bones and they all just, I feel bony, you know.
It's
I don't
done.
feel plump
It's
nice
cutting off.
anymore.
Well, I think they all enjoyed
It's cutting
having
off.
you as a grandmother, because grandma at the lake was
Oh,
always exciting.
Lord, all my